here's my informative speech, and here is my audience somewhere. Yeah, right there. There you go. If you can all see yourselves. Alright. So, on the website gunstories.org, Roger Iverson reports the following story that occurred in 1989. Annie Ryan, an 81-year-old black woman in Trenton, New Jersey, one night she heard a noise in the kitchen and got up to see what it was. She opened her bedroom door at a crack to realize that she was face to face with a criminal. They pushed back and forth on the door until Annie moved and the bandit crashed through the room. She quickly retrieved her loaded .38 handgun under her pillow. She didn't want to kill the man, so she shot him in the leg. He still wouldn't leave, so she shot him again and chased him out of her home. She then called the police, and they found the criminal at the hospital later that night. At the time, in New Jersey, everyone that owned a firearm is considered to be unlawfully owned until proven otherwise. The police confiscated her firearm. Now pause and look at the situation and see what's wrong with it. Bad guy breaks into old lady's house. Old lady defends herself. Police show up and take her gun away. See anything wrong? Annie was very upset about this. She lived in downtown Trenton, and that was the second time she had to defend herself with that handgun. So she tried to apply for another gun permit, and she was told that she would have to wait a whole 1 to 6 months to get it back. She lives alone in a crime-filled environment with no means to defend herself. Fast forward 3 years later, and Annie had to use the firearm a third time to save her life. Annie was stabbed in her kitchen in the exact same house by a young woman attempting to steal her purse. Annie only had to grab her pistol when the young woman saw it, turned, and ran out of her house with the purse. The criminal may have gotten away with the money, but Annie got away with her life. Legislation is being proposed in Congress to make it difficult to purchase firearms or the ammunition to use firearms. The website www.nra.ila.org reports that on February 28, 2011, the 17th anniversary of the Brady Act, the Brady campaign issued a news release calling for 17 new federal gun laws. These bills have been pushed a lot harder due to the Tucson shooting that recently happened. Passing these bills or any others like them will create more harm than help. The fact is that when a criminal wants to commit a crime, he will get a weapon or a firearm, regardless of the law's permission. This is just like the laws that we have against drugs or anything else illegal, and yet we still have countless people dealing drugs throughout the United States today. As an example, just consider school shootings instead of all other crimes committed. Ann Coulter reports the following information on www.humanevents.com, an article entitled What Liberals Don't Know About Guns. At Columbine High School, 2 students brought firearms in a building and killed 12 people before taking their own lives. This means they were able to kill that many people in a short amount of time due to the fact that they were able to stop and reload while no one was around to stop them with a firearm. If they had chosen not to take their own lives, how many more people could they have killed before they were stopped? How many lives could have been saved if someone was there with a firearm that could have been used to stop them? And even if they couldn't have stopped them, they could have held them up until police arrived. In 2007, a student at Virginia Tech killed 32 people, 30 of them within a short time period within one building. He was able to stop and reload because no one was there to stop him. In contrast to these 2 examples, in 2002, an immigrant at the Appalachian Law School in Grundy, Virginia, started to open fire on his classmates. 2 classmates were able to grab firearms from their vehicles in a parking lot and then hold the deranged student at gunpoint while a third tackled him and detained him until police arrived. Only 3 people were killed. Comparing these shootings, which one has the best possible outcome? Obviously, the shooting where law-abiding citizens were able to use their firearms appropriately to stop crime helped produce a better outcome. Inhibiting law-abiding citizens from having firearms will only increase crime and cause more problems. Firearms do not kill people. People kill people. This is a fact, not an opinion. Firearms are tools used by criminals to commit crimes. The key to lowering crime is not to hinder firearm usage, but to hinder the criminals by arming citizens so they can defend themselves. Every time a crime occurs, who do people call? The police. And what do the police have that they use to stop the crime? A firearm. Meaning, if more law-abiding citizens were carrying firearms, that would hinder the actual criminals from wanting to commit the crime in the first place. Not only this, but how many reports do you see on knives, stabbings, bats, beatings, and other weapons used for crimes? You do not see anyone wanting to ban or limit uses on knives or bats or bodies of water. People drown every year. You do not see anyone wanting to ban bodies of water. The following data was reported by James D. Agresti and Reed K. Smith on the website www.justfacts.com. The data was posted on September 13, 2010 and revised December 22, 2010. On October 1, 1987, Florida's right to carry law became effective. This law requires that concealed carry licensees be 21 years or older, have clean criminal mental health records, and complete a firearms safety training course, which is a key factor in if you're going to own a carry license. Since the outset of the Florida right to carry law, the Florida murder rate has averaged 36% lower than it was before the law took effect, while the U.S. murder rate has averaged 15% lower. From the outset of the Florida right to carry law through July 31st of 2010, Florida has revoked 5,674, or just 0.3% of all issued permits. To recap, the key to stopping crime is not hindering firearm usage with gun control, but hinder the criminals from wanting to commit crimes by having law-abiding citizens be able to carry their own firearm. Thank you.